It's time for NuWellness TV with Dr. Lee. Join your host, the accomplished Dr.Cherilyn Lee, as she welcomes the leading experts in health and well-being as they explore the advancements in natural health, physical fitness, nutrition, integrative medicine, and self-discovery.
For joining us again for another wonderful Wednesday, or whatever day or night you're watching this wonderful show. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and we have a wonderful show that I want you to share with everyone because it has to do with what's going on today in the world. So please share this with everyone, your friends, family, please share it. But our wonderful title is Women as Healers of the Heart. Isn't that wonderful? My guest came up with this title. Angelika, Selle, I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Lee. It's a joy and an honor to be with you and to share from the heart.
From the heart, yes. I just want to say, you have such a wonderful title. I mean, it's a major title what you do because I happen to be a member of the organization, the Federation, the Women's Federation for World Peace. And I'm so happy that I happen to be an ambassador for the Federation, Women's Federation for World Peace. It's been an honor to have this title. And you are the vice president, correct?
I'm the president.
President now, excuse me.
Okay.
When I did the seminar years ago, it was vice in my notes of president. And you're just incredible. So why don't you tell everybody what the Women's Federation for World Peace, what is it all about?
All right. Hello, dear beloved women and men on the call. Women's Federation is an organization of women working together to establish the culture of heart. We are creating a new culture that is peace-oriented. And we work together using our innate qualities as women and the creator together to shift the paradigm from the current one that is that of hate and wars and conflict to one of mutuality, prosperity, peace, and love. That's a huge agenda right there, right? But our founder, she's Korean, Dr. Hak Cha-han Moon. She says that history is calling for reconciliation, sacrifice, service, and love. Today's problems cannot be solved by the logic of power. They can only be solved by the logic of love. And I believe that the logic of love is power, right? So we have to start in a new way of thinking if we want to have peace. And that is the objective of WFWP. How do you make peace a reality? How do you create the environment so that it can be conducive for people to drop their weapons, to think in a new way, and to find alternatives of solving problems other than accuse, shame, hate, and kill?
Yes, yes.
So that's what basically, our mission statement is empowering women with the knowledge, community, and also support and skills to find their original divine value and bring lasting peace. So it begins with me, actually.
Yes.
Each woman is a powerful peacemaker, if you choose to be one.
And I like that. And that's why I'm honored to be part of such an organization. And my guests today, which you're going to see as you keep watching the show, are going to be coming on board with the organization. I know they are, because they have some wonderful stories as well. But I just want, so our title today is Women as Healers of the Heart. So, we talked about this, and I want you to elaborate on that as well.
Okay. Well, first of all, you yourself are dealing with the heart in your shows. You're dealing with the human heart, the actual physical health. And I thought it's very connected to the heart of the emotions and the heart of attitude that we need right now to make a change. So when we talk about women as healers of the heart, first of all, I think every woman is a healer.
Yes.
Every woman is a leader in the realm of the heart. And when we talk about heart, we talk about an attitude and um, mindset that is living for the sake of others. That is actually also the motto of Women's Federation. And the heart should not only deal with my own self and my family, it begins there, but we want to extend that heart into the greater community, into our social realm, into the schools, in business, and the arts, in politics, even. We need a different way of thinking about how we solve problems. For example, former President, First Lady, Eleanor Roosevelt. You're familiar with her?
Oh, yes.
She had that kind of heart that I'm talking about. She cared sincerely for people. She made a difference wherever she could. She brought solutions. And that was not in a book or anything, but she used her motherly heart, her God given gift. And I believe every woman has that. Here is Eleanor Roosevelt right there. And there's also other women leaders who are coming forward. Even Angela Merkel from my country, she opens the door to 1 million refugees. There is controversy about it. We are not political here, but we want to acknowledge that she cared about people.
Yes.
And that is missing, right? There is such a hunger for love, a hunger for being loved, as you said in our show yesterday.
Yes.
So we want to actually train women and empower them to know that we have it in ourselves. But sometimes we don't help each other to bring out the good. We bring out the bad,
Yes, yes.
So we have jealousy, we have backbiting, we have all kinds of things going on. That has to be addressed, and we have to make choices if we want to be a leader. So not every woman is a peace leader. Not every woman is a healer, because every healer has to be healed themselves first, or at least working on it.
Yes.
And sometimes you get healed through communication with others, and you can you can actually help each other. It's not one thing. It's like two people working together, minimum, or three or four. Collectiveness. We need
Yes.
collectiveness, right? And that also applies to the greater politics and business and in the arts, wherever, when people collaborate. And that's some kind of trend actually right now going on. People realize I need an alliance here. There's the Star Alliance and the air forces, they come to get airplanes. But we need allies that have the same mindset and heart set. Enlightened women, our founder is saying that enlightened women are called people of spirituality.
Okay.
It's not just, we cannot solve problems when we stay where we are. We have to have a higher view of ourselves and each other.
Yes.
And that takes a bit of work, right?
Yes.
We are looking for women who are experienced in that a little bit and who want to go there. And that's why we found you. I would say,
Thank you.
I would say that, when women go through things, that we are the one race. If you talk about races, by the way, our founder says there are only two races, men and women. They're uniquely different, right?
Yes.
Racial issues, of course, are upon us. Yes, our skin color, our religious beliefs, or whatever the differences are. But that can be resolved when we see each other from a higher perspective as human beings.
Yes.
Right? When we come to that level, when we see the creator in each of us, namaste, right? Means I acknowledge the divinity in you.
Yes.
If everyone just acquire that, it would make a huge change. So we're not really bringing any new ideas other than practicing the ones we already know.
Yes.
The ones we already know. That has been the problem. I come from a Christian background. I understand many Buddhism and other religions. I studied that. But I realized there are two types of people: those who practice their faith and those who don't.
Yes.
Literally,
Yes.
Those who live really sincerely for God and for others.
Yes.
You feel a difference in their spirit, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned prayer yesterday. You talked about it as if it was food, and it is food, right?
It is.
But a
yes.
lot of people don't even consider including the creator in our work. And that's what we're talking about in Women's Federation. We are international, we are interreligious, we are interfaith. We have NGO status at the UN. So we are participating in the Commission on the Status of Women. and really thinking of what other women are doing and how we can work together. I would make one distinction that we are not women a feminist movement, but we call ourselves a feminine movement, connecting to our original, beautiful, God-given, divine femininity. And
Wonderful. Yes.
strength is not necessarily power in your face. You get a lot more done if you care for somebody, actually.
Yes,
The
you
real
do.
change we're talking
Yes.
about,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The soft power, or the love, and people need that, like more
Yes.
than food. They need power.
Mm-hmm.
So the age of femininity, the age of women has arrived. That is actually the purpose of this organization, to proclaim that a little bit, and to empower us and to work together and find ways to use our gifts and talents. Each woman has amazing gifts and talents, right?
Yes. And they just
But
have to
why
tap
not?
in, tap into
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not use that for peace, right? You
Yes.
can be a writer. Why not bring a little bit of positive inspiration, through your art, your writing? You are in business. Why not think about, how can I make this more peaceful, this environment here, and not get rid of the elbow and the sexual harassment and all of that? The only change can happen by doing it, not talking about it. I
Yes.
think we're still talking too much and doing not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And we always blame instead of bringing the solution. So those are paradigms that we also seek to address and to shift, and to work with women who have done it, who are doing it, such as yourself,
Thank
so
you.
that we can have a voice that brings a change in a subtle way, but very powerful, from the inside out.
Yes.
It change has to come from the inside, right?
Yes.
So the healing begins in the inside by acknowledging who I am as a woman, as a daughter of the divine. We really believe that God did create us in his and her image, right? Male and female were created. So we have same value, not because somebody tells us that we have that value. It's already there. It's God given, right?
Exactly.
God
Exactly.
given, right? Yeah. So just knowing that we don't have to fight and battle and go against men. We want to really create harmony and good relationships. Of course, it takes two, understood. And I have to say, my husband is a wonderful supporter of Women's Federation. And there are more and more men, actually, even at the UN, realizing why we need women at the table to help make decisions,
Mm-hmm.
because they think differently from the heart. Really? Thank you. No women, no peace. No God, no peace either, right? It's
This
the
most
same.
definitely. Yes.
It's
We have to have
really, we
have
need,
God, number one. Yes.
yeah, that's right. Because we are still in a very difficult culture that we are surrounded with, selfish, indulgent. We are putting ourselves in the corner, really, by not reaching out to others. People are afraid. Fear is such a factor in our relationships. And then the technology doesn't help to create relationships. It actually cuts us off from each other. There are two people sitting in the restaurant texting to each other across the table, right?
Oh, yes. All the time.
That's, it, it is becoming ridiculous. We have to put a stop to this, not by saying it, but by doing it. So
Yes.
in Federation, and I hope we can all come together in our, there you go, in our Women's Federation. When we come together, we enjoy each other's presence. We take
Yes.
time to reflect. We learn from each other. Everyone has a story. It's called her story, right?
Her
The her
story.
story. And that story needs to be heard and seen. And we have learned lessons from our pain. And that's what makes us the leaders of the heart. I believe there cannot be a leader of the heart unless you have gone through some things and understood how to turn that around and make it into something beautiful. That is also what we admire in our founder, Dr. Hakcha Hanmoon. She has given birth to 14 children. She's gone through so much hell, actually, and so many difficulties, as have other women.
Mm-hmm.
But she turned it around into something beautiful.
Yes, she
And that's
did.
possible with God and with one another. So she is right now leading the movement. In fact, she has a big rally coming up in Korea. She's not sitting around at age 74. She is calling for peace in Korea right now, as we're talking about war. And it's not political. It's literally just a human voice, the God's voice coming through. Hey, guys, we need to settle this in a different way. This is not helping right now. We are coming into such a archaic age, the way we connect to each other.
Yes.
So this Women's Federation, we want to create a new culture of beauty, enjoyment, peace, love, empowerment, upliftment, and all of that. And the way to do it is to do it
Just do
and
it.
to be it, right? So I've been working on myself. It's my passion to work on myself. Then I can have a better relationship with my family, my husband. Bridge of Peace is our signature project where we bring together opposites of former enemies. May they be black and white, may they be Christian, Muslim, whatever it is, or even fathers and daughters, mothers and daughters, to reconcile from the heart. And I showed that little video, it's just a minute, that was happening in Washington, D.C. We had a Bridge of Peace in Las Vegas and around the world, including in Israel, where we had Christians, Muslims, and Palestinians. I'm sorry, Christian Palestinians and Israelis come together. And we feel when the mother of the world come together, and these are our founders who reached out to their arch enemies who wanted to kill them, forgave them.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can do it, then there is hope.
There's plenty of hope. We're down to about 1 minute or 1 minute
Okay.
and a half.
Okay.
So I just want you to tell our listeners something. Everything you have said has been very profound, but I want you to tell the listeners something that's going to stay to their heart as we have our title, Women are Healers of the Heart, in this last 1 minute of your segment. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I want to say to you, women, that you are beautiful, that you are daughters of God, the divine, and to have courage to love and to care for others and not to worry what other people think about you. I think that's also Eleanor Roosevelt's words. We are sometimes afraid of caring because we feel others don't care about us, but we have the strength with our Creator and with each other to make a difference by starting to care about ourselves and for each other every day and every moment. So thank you very much for letting me share with you. And thank you, Dr. Lee, for your work that you're doing, because we all work together like a synergized orchestra.
Yes.
We are. And so believe in yourself, believe in yourself as a daughter of God.
Yes.
Do the best you can.
Yeah. My journey has been long, and it took me a long time to really be there. So this is why I'm able to share this with others, with that, we have to go deep within to believe in ourselves so we can move forward. And this is why I've been able to help the people that I help. But I am so honored to be an ambassador of the Women's Federation for World Peace. I just thank you so much, and I thank you for your time, for being on the show today. Thank you. We will be bringing you back again. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, now we have a surprise for you. And I just met this wonderful, beautiful lady just this past a few days ago, seemed like, and I am just so grateful for what she is doing. To be a young person and have such an insight and heart to what she has designed. It's just absolutely wonderful. The name of it is, her song is Insanity, but most important, we're going to talk about something else that she's up for real soon here. But first of all, I want you to see this wonderful video on this Victoria Lee is her name. Veronica Lee. Veronica. I have a Victoria friend.
Victoria,
Okay.
Yeah. The song is insane.
The song is insane. Insane. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more after people hear it. So
Okay.
it's only a couple of minutes. So everybody, please tune in and listen to the song. And we're going to tell you that, this might as well tell them up front that you're up for on the
Grammy ballot for best rap song, and best rap performance.
Okay.
So I'm on the ballot. So
So
that's
say
exciting.
your name again so they'll know.
Miss Veronica Lee.
Veronica Lee. And I just want to thank you so much. We just met a few days ago, and when you told me what you were doing, and I said this would be great for the show, and I'm sure that my last guest didn't mind sharing the platform with you.
Absolutely.
So we're going to now listen to your song that you're up for. I'm going to say you're up for it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to claim it.
We're going to claim that you're up for it, and I'm going to see you up there receiving your Grammy, okay?
That's
'Cause
right.
you're up for a Grammy for your song. Okay, let's go.
This is insane. What we gonna do? Gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain.
60 years ago, we made progress. Why is it we starting to regress? A black man in the White House. They so mad trying to take us out. Some tricked the way in to wear that blue. Put your hands up, I'm still gonna shoot. They promised to serve and protect, knowing damn well they're here to collect on the black man. Let's not forget Miss Sandra Bland. They have already set the stage. I'm so confused how they let them in, knowing they are raised sick in the head, scared of brain. Didn't the psychological show they are insane and racist? Really, y'all? It's been way too many cases.
This is insane. What we gonna do? It's gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain. This is insane. What we gonna do? Gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain.
Why do you hate us so much? The color of our skin make you not trust who I am? Try to understand. We bleed red just like you. We eat our food just like you. Even go to bathroom like you too. Driving down Rosecrans one summer night. Car following me at the stoplight. Seen a bright light shining in my son's face. I was so, what's this about? That's my son on our way home from a cookout. Look on my son's face, he didn't understand. Had to explain to him, you're a black man. Living in this world's not gonna be easy. Keep your head up, so they tryna wipe you off like wall graffiti.
This is insane. What we gonna do? It's gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain. This is insane. What we gonna do? Gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain.
All lives matter, that's no doubt. Black lives matter, that's what this about. Gotta stick together and stamp this hatred out. Gotta end the separation, keep the conversation. Just don't stop on social media. Gotta get into community. It's not gonna happen till we get unity. Color people, hear me out. Support each other, stop tearing each other down. Lord, please, so much karma. I drop to my knees. World is going crazy, it's so sad. Our cops are not bad. Dirty cops, acting Jim Crow. Elton Sterling and Fernando. Since this killings didn't have to take place, we gotta get it together. We are the human race.
This is insane. What we gonna do? It's gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain. This is insane. What we gonna do? Gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain.
They used to use rope to hang us from a tree hinge. Now they're using guns. 'Cause the new lynch has secret meetings, dressed in all white. Now they wear blue. Giving a license to shoot me and you. Stop killing, start loving. That's what we gotta do.
This is insane. What we gonna do? It's gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain. This is insane. What we gonna do? Gotta be a change. It's gotta be a breakthrough. What we gonna do? It's a shame. What we gonna do? Our heart is in pain.
I want to thank you for that, and I see you walking across the stage receiving your Grammy.
Thank you.
You know, I really do. And you know, It's insane, and it really is. And how did you come up with this title?
Yeah, I was so tired of all the racism and all the police brutality. I was starting to have anxiety attacks. You know, every time you turn around, you would look on TV or look on Facebook and somebody's getting killed by a police officer and stuff like that. So I started having anxiety. So one day I was laying down. I was like, what can I do to try to help combat this? You know, and I was like, okay, I can write, you know, and I'm an artist. So let's do a song. I'll do a song. Then I was like, you know what? All this stuff happening, it's insane. So, and that's how I came up with the name. Mm-hmm. You know, I was just really, really, really bothered by all the racism.
Mm-hmm. And you've been an artist for how long?
For 6 years now.
Okay. And what are some of your other songs?
My first song is called Boss Chicks. And how I came up with that song, one of my girlfriends from the East Coast, I wanted her to meet my girlfriends from the West Coast. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, what can I do so, you know, we can all celebrate? And I was like, wait a minute, we all boss. So I named the song Boss, Bonding of Sexy Sisters.
Okay.
And so once I had that party and stuff, everything went so well. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start an organization for women called Boss, Bonding of Sexy Sisters, you know, empowering women, letting them know that you can be any size, any race. You know, we can all still get along. And it doesn't matter the color of your skin, you know, so.
Yeah.
That's
I like that. Kind of falls into the place of my last guest.
Exactly.
And women as healers of the heart.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's where it all starts. We are healers, and we want to come from the heart.
Right.
The heart. And it's funny because I hug heart to heart. Mm-hmm. And that's part of what I do, too. So we are women of the heart and healers. And I want to say, too, before we go any further, I want to thank you for my wonderful T-shirt.
Yes.
I don't know if the audience can see it.
It's the insane.
It's the insane T-shirt
Yes.
that you brought me as a gift.
Yes.
And I want to thank you so much, Veronica,
You're
for my
welcome.
wonderful gift. And Veronica Lee, and my last name is Lee, but that found out that's your middle name.
That's my middle name, exactly.
Yes. And I want to thank you so much. And again, I'm glad you took the time to write such a song because of the fact that it is something that people do need to hear. And young people will gravitate to words. And maybe they gravitate to something that's saying, it's insane.
Right.
Why am I doing this?
Exactly.
Let's put a stop to this.
Put a stop,
And
right.
everybody love each other. It doesn't matter, like the nationality, color of your skin. It doesn't matter. We need to stop and really love each other and love on each other. There's too many things hitting us in our environment that we don't have any control on. We're losing people day and night from cancers. I mean, it isn't a week that doesn't pass by, and I'm always saying this, that I don't receive a call of at least three or four new cancer patients or people who have been diagnosed. So we got to stop and love ourselves because I'd hate will eat away at you like a cancer.
Right.
So you don't want to do that. So just to start loving yourself first, forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is a number one. We really have to forgive ourselves. So I just want to thank you so much for what you're bringing to the table.
Thank you.
And I want you to get me a ticket now to be at the Grammys.
Yes, we're claiming it. Just claim it. Yes.
We have to get a ticket for Jarvis here, too.
Yeah, Jarvis, you got one.
Yes, he's making you look good over
That's
there.
right. Come on, Jarvis.
So you're going to be there. You're going to be there as well.
That's what we're going to make sure of that.
Because he's done. And then the cover of the book. Why did you choose that cover of the book?
You know, the CD is because
the CD.
I chose the cover of the CD because with Trump being in office, nothing against Trump, but it's just that he's saying make America great. And with this, his slogan, make America great, but with this cover of the CD, it's actually broken. So, and that's why I chose this particular cover for him. And then in the back of the CD, I have Trayvon Martin.
Okay.
You know, and on the top it says, love over hate.
Love over hate.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
And you know, and when I put this song out at the beginning of the month, I got 3 calls from 3 different guys. And the one guy was saying, I would not worry about black people or people of color. You should focus on your other song. You know, and I'm like, listening like, wow, why would he say, and this is 3 African-American guys. So like, why would he say that? So then I got another call from someone else and said, the black people's not going to receive this song because they don't care about you.
Oh,
they
my
don't care
goodness.
about you. And then the third person was like, well, you know what? I wouldn't put that song out. I would take it down because, that's how they got Tupac. I'm like, how you compare that with Tupac? And then I sat down and I thought about it. I said, you know what? Our African American men are very afraid. They are very afraid to rock the boat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which I was like, what can I do to help these people understand that love yourself? And it's okay to be an African American guy. And I'm not going to take it down because this is how I feel.
Right.
And it has to be known that we all have to sit down at the table and break bread together.
We certainly do.
And so that's why I think the problem is that's where the disconnect is.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And once you find out, excuse me, that we can come together all as one, it'll be a much better world.
Yes.
And stop the hatred. Because all that hatred, it's like venom in your body.
It is.
It's like venom in your body that you're producing all this hatred in yourself, and it's going to make you very ill.
It's going to make you ill.
It's almost like forgiveness. There was somebody had written, not forgiving you or wanting to, the whole forgiveness thing is like me drinking poison and hoping you drop dead. We have to be very careful when we start putting out these daggers of hatred and unforgiveness. And then most important, turn in and forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself, but be an authentic person.
Be an authentic, right.
Be an authentic person. And if you love yourself, you're going to love others. If you don't love yourself, you're going to spew all this venom against others. But you have to first love you so that you can love others. And I want to thank you so much, Veronica, for your time to be here. And we just met. And I just knew this would flow together as it did. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So we're going to move on to our next guest. And so my next guest is absolutely wonderful. Matter of fact, we just met Monday.
Yes, we did.
We met 48 hours ago, right? 48 hours ago. And when we met through a very dear friend.
A wonderful man, Mr. Bill Dukes.
Mr. Bill Dukes.
Yes.
He said, I have someone, when he came to the clinic, that I want to bring with me for you to meet.
Yes.
He texted me. I said, please bring her by all means.
Yes.
And I just felt in my spirit it's going to be something wonderful.
Well, God is good.
All the time, all the time. And so I just want to say that I thank you for being here. Stevie Flowers.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for blessing me.
Miss Stevie Flowers. Oh my goodness. And your story is that of kind of a journey here. But first tell me more about you and who you are, Miss Stevie Flowers.
Wow, Miss Stevie Flowers. Well, actually, my mother named me Ruth.
Okay.
And but Stevie's a lot more fun than Ruthie might ever be.
Okay.
But Ruth is real.
Okay.
Ruth is the biblical side of me. Ruth is the businesswoman. I was a florist and am a florist for 30 years here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And had a very successful business. I've done Super Bowl, I've done the Grammys, the People's Choice Awards, you name it. Sony Pictures, Get Well, Baby, Funeral, company-wide, nationwide. And so I divorced and moved to Atlanta in 2005. And the business just didn't catch on there very well. So, so I was blessed to find a little job. And so now I work for a community center where I teach flower design.
Oh, how
so
wonderful.
God is using me.
Yes.
It was really difficult at first.
That was your gift. See, that was
That's
your
my
God-given gift. Yeah.
That's my anointing. And
Yes.
I understand that. And I realize that wherever I go in any place of the world, I can always make $1 as long as there's a flower. That's a good one.
There you go.
I gotta use that one. I can make $1 for
Was
a
that
flower.
new today? Or?
Yeah, that just kind of came.
You know what? That was divine.
And I'm so very grateful that through all the things I've gone through, that God has always kept me. From the time I was born, I weighed 2 pounds. And so in 1959, there wasn't as much,
Medicine.
certainty, for a baby to survive, especially from a mother who smoked the whole 9 months.
My goodness.
And so anyway, but mommy just loved me and raised me. They say that my grandmother brought me home and put me on the oven door inside of a tin box as an incubator.
Oh my goodness.
And I stayed sick for about 5 years of going earaches and just all kinds of issues. And then once I got past that threshold, I never had a sick day until the day I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that was in 2010.
2010. So that brings us up to your book.
Yes.
And being a survivor. Bee stings, bumblebees, and butterflies.
Yes.
Is the title of your book. Now tell me, how did you come up with that title?
Well, it was something in my spirit that, that I felt that I needed to write something. And then this other wonderful guy that's in my life, Mr. Stevie Wonder, we've been friends since 1981. And so when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I called him. And so as I was going through all of my, exploration to find out what type of cancer I had, what type of treatment I was going to have, things of this nature, and I was so frustrated. And he would call and say, well, sweetie, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, but you need to tell your story. You need to tell your story because it seems to me that all that you're going through, nobody knows. You can't seem to find it in one place, and that was my issue. I surfed the web. I was on numerous websites, read numerous books, and when you get diagnosed with cancer, they give you all these books. They give you lots and lots of literature, but it's so much coming at you, and you're so... I was afraid.
Well, who was giving you the books? Because normally when people are diagnosed in hospitals, they walk in and the next conversation is chemo and radiation.
Well,
so
it kind of depends because in my case, when we found the cancer, because I don't claim it, but it is my cancer because my cancer and I are really cool now because my cancer, what Satan did for my heart, for my harm, God has made for my good.
Yes.
So I can understand why cancer would love me, would want to be with me. But as a result, back to your question, the bee sting is the sting of cancer. That's the bee sting.
Okay.
And then the bumblebees are pollinators. They bring life. They go around and they grab a little bit of this and a little bit of that and they take it to the next one, which is why we need to keep these bees alive. And so therefore, I kind of put that in the context of trying to figure out what type of cancer I had, what kind of treatment I was going to have. So that's the bumblebee. And then the butterfly is as I evolved with my new breast, my new hair, my new attitude. It can be liberating, and for me it really was. And because I had such a positive attitude from day one, I never ever felt that this was the end of me.
You didn't come across as the victim.
Never.
Yeah.
No. In fact, when my primary physician told me, that I had cancer, she was crying, tears in her eyes, and I'm just like, well, what's going on? And she says, well, Stevie, you have cancer. Well, why are you crying? What are we going to do?
Exactly.
How are we going to fix this thing? And so as I went through PET scans, CT scans, radiations, all types of tests, and my veins were like pin cushions and all these types of things. Finally, it was discovered that I had a molecular cancer. And a molecular carcinoma that was on the left side of my body that was 69% in my breast, 19% of it was in my lung, and 12% was in my skin. And I had no idea. I had no symptoms. I wasn't feeling bad. I was just going on with life. And then when it came, it revealed itself as a boil under my left armpit. So as I started, researching, going online, looking for different things, I discovered that all of this up here is breast. And if you ever get pregnant...
Lymph nodes. You got to check those lymph nodes.
And they started to grow. So in 6 months from the time I had my annual in August, by November, those same lymph nodes under my armpit grew like Mount Rushmore. Because I had been taking a supplement of estrogen. And so it was an estrogen positive cancer because I had stopped. I had gone through the change at 47.
Right.
Well, this came upon me at 50.
Right.
So it had laid dormant all those years. And had I not been taking that supplement, I would not be here today because it was stage 4 when we found it. And we biopsied it and took it out. And as a result, it was, baby, you're a sick baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And
I was
look
really
at you
sick.
now, just beautiful.
God is
Absolutely
good.
beautiful.
God
and
is
it's
good.
always on time.
God is good.
And you have your journey and your story to tell. Mine was colon cancer years ago, and the whole journey, and people know about that. But we go through it so that we can tell a story.
Yes,
And
yes.
I love your book, and the one that actually I met someone wonderful because of you.
Yes.
That's going to help me turn my audio book and more into a written
Yes,
book,
he
but
is.
do a whole series entitled "Written Before I Was Born."
Exactly.
And I just like to share the song. I have a song that goes with my book.
Okay.
And I just want to share that because it fits in with everything we're doing. So the title of the book is "Written Before I Was Born." That's the hook. I had to learn what is a hook, you know?
Yes,
'Cause I'm not
yes,
in the music world. So the hook of the song is written before I was born. Destiny had to conform to a path I had already won before I was born.
Yes.
So it's a beautiful song. The book is beautiful. My book was forwarded by Reverend Cecil Chip Murray. Yours was
It's forwarded by Stevie Wonder.
forwarded by Stevie Wonder,
And he
which I
just-
know him quite well. He is such a wonderful, loving person.
He's
You know,
amazing.
he is truly amazing.
And he's you know what, he never asks for anything from
No,
anyone.
no.
You know, he'll give and give and give to his own detriment because that's how big his heart is.
Big heart.
You know, his heart is really
And I
big.
met him through Angela, a very dear friend of mine. As a matter of fact, she was the one we were sitting down at a restaurant when I was trying to come up with the theme, a song for the book, and we sat there and hammered it out. So Angela has been absolutely a gift in my life when it comes to things of that nature because she kind of knows that world. And, you know, to meet, it was actually Dick Gregory who brought Stevie and Angela to me in, I think it was 1997. 1997. So we go way back.
Well, you know,
and
when you have friendships, there's nothing like a good old friend.
like
you
a
know,
good old friend that you can call anytime, day or night.
anytime. And when you need them, and with his encouragement, switching gears here, with Steve's encouragement, you know, he kept saying, write the book. And then he would call me some days. Like he would call me and say, I need you to do something that nobody else but you can do. I need you to talk to this lady because she needs to know what to expect from her chemo. Now, I had 25 rounds of chemo, a double mastectomy, and 35 radiation treatments in 2011. And today I am still cancer-free, treatment-free. I never had to take any tamoxifen, no cancer drugs.
Oh my goodness.
None.
Praise. That what a blessing.
And
What a
I
blessing.
drink lots of water, lots of
Yes.
alkaline water. I eat avocado every day. I eat blueberries. I eat strawberries. And I love asparagus. So, but before we get out of time, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you so much. And I thank you so much for letting me come here today and tell you my story. And I do live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I came out to work on some things about the book. So my book
Yes.
is but probably in the summer of 2018, Bill Duke has said that he will direct my book and turn it into a documentary if it's got a good script. Okay, we got to work on the script.
Gotta work on the script.
Got to work on the script. But he's interested. I did submit the book for an NAACP Image Award. So if there are anybody out there that are NAACP members, please vote for me when they are going to
Yes.
consider me and or nominate me. And on this coming Friday, I'm going to be on Get Up Mornings with Erica. You can get it online, Get Up Mornings with Erica. But thank you so much.
Oh, you know, this is just truly a blessing, and it was so timely for me to meet you.
Yes.
Through Bill Dukes, who was in the
Yes.
clinic. He texted me first, and I can't believe he said, "You got to meet this lady. Is it okay to bring her?" I said, "Sure.
Yes.
I'm welcome arms."
Thank you so much.
And I knew before you walked in there, because my prayer every morning is, you know, I am blessed and grateful that I'm meeting some new souls each day.
Yes.
And so I look in and expect greatness every day.
Exactly.
And sometimes things that seem like it's a negative is turned into a positive. But sometimes it's turned into a lesson. Sometimes these lessons are lessons that turn into blessings. And again, they turn into a lesson.
Yes.
Because believe me, I've had plenty of those.
God is good.
And I have learned. So they have been lessons, but they have totally been blessings. So I won't make some of those same mistakes again. So I'm big on contracts now. That was one of my problems. I had.
Because you give, because you're a natural giver.
Yeah. And this is what I love to do. And I'm thankful through my 2 comas that I'm still here.
Oh, bless God.
To still be a blessing to others. So I am grateful. And actually, as I'm listening to my own voice, this is my new voice.
Oh, wow.
Because in 92, when I was in a coma, they sliced through my vocal cords. And I had no voice. For almost a month. I had no voice. So I feel it. And people say they don't hear it, but they vibrate. But they're still there.
Yes.
But now I have a voice.
Exactly.
And most people didn't know that. So I came back with a voice to use it. And this is why I'm doing radio and television. And most people say they like this voice better than the old one.
Awesome.
It sounds better.
Can we tell your listeners how they can get in touch with Veronica and I?
Oh, most definitely. Real quickly here. Yes.
Yes, you can go to my fan page on Facebook. It's Miss Veronica Lee. It's MZ Veronica Lee. Instagram, it's Ms. Veronica Lee Artist. And Twitter, Miss Veronica Lee. That's it. We have Miss Veronica Lee on all of them, except for Instagram. It's Miss Veronica Lee Artist.
Okay.
Yes.
And
as we're streaming this live, it's Stevie Flowers on Facebook. And then there's Stevie Flowers Survivor. And then if you text Bee Stings, BEESTINGS, one word, to 31279, it'll take you right to my website, which is Bee Stings and Butterflies.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. And I want to say that she actually came into the clinic ready to give me my gift and autographed her book for me. So I want to thank you so much for my personal copy of your book.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And this has been wonderful. So
Thank you
again,
so
I thank
much.
you. I thank you for being here.
I thank you for inviting me so much.
And so, I just want to say very, very quickly, her plan was for her, and we personalized diet plans and everything for everyone. So if you're putting a lot of avocados in your diet, which you are fine, make sure that your copper level is normal. If you have, and I like to say abnormal cells instead of using the C word, you don't want to have a high copper level. And avocados are high in copper, but she's free. So sometimes we can't listen to something and follow that plan. Make sure that your levels, you can go to lifeextension.com and you can do your blood work, do your zinc and copper blood tests. There are others, but make sure before you start eating a lot of certain foods that your copper level is not very elevated, that the zinc level is high, not copper. So there's a ratio there. So I just want to put that in there. And I want to thank you so much. Tell everybody to please visit our website at NuWellness Healthcare. Our phone number is 310-419-4300. Also, we offer free thermography testing. Okay, that's the fastest way you can find out what's going on with the breast. Not to say don't do a mammogram. I'm not going to say that, but come in and have this test done because it's heat physiology. It will pick it up when it's very, very small and minute. So please give us a call to schedule your appointment for CRT. Visit our website. You'll find all the information there on our CRT screening. We stay very busy. We have people flying in. The test is normally $400, but you can actually obtain this test for free. Just a very minimum amount for administrative fee, but you can have this test for free. The company gave me this $25,000 machine. So please make your appointment. Men, women, and children are for the screening. We're going to wrap up now. So how do I wrap up my show? Repeat after me. I am so grateful.
So grateful
that I am
that I am
a magnet
a magnet
for miracles.
for miracles.
And so are you. Have a
And
blessed
so
day.
are you. God bless you. Thank you.
Join us every Wednesday live at 11 a.m. for NuWellness TV with Dr. Lee. Remember, healthy mind, healthy body.